try a McGangbang.
Are you bringing that to the table, Alex? Are we having
We can
this
set it on
discussion?
the table and do it right here on the podcast. Try a McGangbang on the podcast.
Wow. Wow.
So Die Hard started a
I
trend.
hate Speed 2.
Why?
That's pretty
It's
bad.
horrible.
It's kind of like, it's more of a watch it because it's laughably bad.
Yes.
There are a few parts that I thought Sandra Bullock was pretty funny.
She's a great actress, but she sucks in that movie.
She cuts open the door with the chainsaw and she's like revving it. Can you guys get out?
If you back up with the saw,
What? If you back up with the saw!
we'll give it a try.
It's so bad.
It is very bad writing. It is very bad.
Bad.
But I always thought of it as more of an action type than a funny movie, and it turns out this, like, as an adult watching it, it's a terrible
It's
film.
horrible.
That was a great
That's great.
quote by
Yeah.
you, John. I just got a Charlie horse in my thigh.
Oh shoot! You okay?
You're gonna fart or
Do
something.
you need something?
Hey, where's your Charlie
Just give me
horse?
time. It's on the bottom of this thigh.
Hey, you do this. Put your foot out. Put your
I
foot
can't
out. Do it.
move.
Put your
Oh shoot!
Ah! Put it out. Now flex your foot up, like your toes towards the ceiling. It looks like you're trying to take a shit,
What do you need to
Well, I
do?
don't want it to look like
What do you
that.
want to do?
I'm trying to put my foot over there. Help me. My back's to the camera.
No, you're fine.
Ridiculous.
You're fine. You're okay.
It's
You're okay.
ridiculous.
You're okay. You're
Let's do some
I'm doing some friggin' Christmas trivia.
Welcome to the PTO Unlimited podcast. My name is Josh.
Alex.
I sounded like a DJ on that.
Yeah, you do.
I did. Do da da did da do 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 beep beep do. This is episode 358, guys. The first episode of the season of the year.
Of the season.
Well, it's a brand new
Well, I guess
season.
like here would be season, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just the 2024 season. We're starting it off with a bang. Not really. I was sick for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like pretty much ever since we got off the show last. I wasn't feeling well for a long time. Like I went to the doctor in South Dakota where we visited. So our trip was actually me just under the weather most of the time, you know. But
Yeah, you got the bronchitis.
something up. Do me to tighten that. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, there we go. You got the bronchitis.
I did. It didn't form into pneumonia, and I didn't have a cold around anybody, so nobody got sick around me, but everybody I know got sick, but not when I was around them. Aw, he's falling asleep on your foot.
I know, but I have my foot elevated and
You kind of
I can't
lifted.
I can't do it. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, do pixel workouts. Pixel's up here with us. He's chilling
Yeah.
on the floor. So yeah, this is episode 358. Let me get my notes up here. Actually, I'm not prepared. I have been running around the house. So yeah, it's the new year. Do you have any? I don't want to say resolutions, because when people make resolutions and make them public, I mean, I have resolutions, but I'm not making them public.
Oh, you're not?
No, because when you make resolutions public, 9 times out of 10 you don't keep them. So keep them
Okay.
to yourself until it's a habit. Then you can probably talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah. So
So how do I answer that question then if I've
just
I'm
say
not
yes
allowed
or
to
no.
answer
do,
the
you,
question?
do you have stuff that you're actually working towards this year that you're
3
resolving
things.
towards? Okay.
3
okay.
things.
Any of them you actually have like worked on, like yet?
2.
Good. I mean, myself, I've got a couple and that I have like notes on my phone that kind of give me reminders of some things.
1 is work related, 1
Yeah.
is health related,
Yeah.
and 1 is hobby related.
Oh, all right. Well, mine doesn't really have like relation aside from myself personally. I'm more just doing personal gain, like being myself more, and trying to.
Oh, I have 4.
Yeah.
Now I have a personal one.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just we'll keep those to ourselves until later on in the year and see if we have anything that we want to like touch base on with how we've changed this year, because 2023 I look back and I'm like, man, that was kind of an ugly year for most people. And
I feel like for a lot of people we know it was.
yeah,
I mean, I don't want to
you didn't want to
like
brag.
boast about 2023, but we had such a shitty 2020 and 2021 and 2022.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, shitty.
Pretty bad.
That I think that we had a really good 2023.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Feels
Which-
like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I agree with that. But
At least compared to the last 3 years.
oh my gosh. Well, 2021 crept in and we're like, oh, nothing's bad. We'll be all right. And then it's like, oh boy, 2022.
Yeah, 3 weeks into 21 is when we
Yeah.
got COVID.
Yeah, hopefully we don't.
And then it was a down.
Let's keep that trend away from us because I actually know a couple people that caught that recently. One person I know, their family member is not gonna pass. They're not gonna
make it.
not gonna make it. It's
Yeah.
actually another one of those cases that's like, geez, I can't believe it's still
COVID's still
thing.
taking lives, guys.
It is
It's still a thing.
Yeah. But yeah, don't get discouraged with this new year because we've already got a fan question that we got to get to today about our bingo card. But we got to get into a few of the other things that we didn't touch on, like the trip itself, our Christmas vacation. We had Brett on the last episode, so since then we went and saw family in South Dakota. We also had Christmas here, which was pretty successful. We had a nice breakfast on Christmas Day.
Yeah, we did.
We prepped that pretty well, and
It was a success.
I think we are literally the best at making breakfast on Christmas Day now. Very
I
successful.
mean, people didn't blink an eye to say yes to, oh, you're serving breakfast on Christmas morning. Okay, I'll be over.
We're doing work.
Maybe I only need to make 1 egg bake
No,
next time.
2 is still fine because I like the leftovers.
We didn't even eat the leftovers.
We were gone.
I think
gone
you
the
and
next day.
you and I the next day had for lunch.
I had
I
2.
had a square.
I had 2.
Okay,
2.
do you realize there was still, if you were to put all the pieces together, we would
Probably
still
1.
probably have 3/4 of one
It is
pan.
worse to underserve than overserve. You always want to be prepared.
That's true.
Just
I
don't
guess.
overthink it. Don't overthink it. Just don't. Because we can always invite more people over.
True.
Yeah, so it was a very successful breakfast and day when we were hanging out with the family and everything. I don't know, there isn't a whole lot to our gifts to people were very good, I'd say. I gave you
We were very giving this year for sure.
Yeah, I gave you a few sentimental and good gifts, and you gave me a nice podcast / well, not really podcast, studio
Streamer
mic. Yeah. So now we want to get 2 of them.
I got sexy clothes.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. I bought them. Why you what?
Because you got.
Speaking of sexy,
Yeah, you did.
we do have. Yeah, you did. We do have a not safe for work kind of conversation coming up at the end of the show here.
Oh, we're doing it on this episode?
Yeah, this episode.
Oh, sweet. I'm excited.
Call of Duty guns or sex move. So,
Or you mean sex position?
yeah,
Okay.
that works. Same thing. We're saying the same thing.
Okay.
So it's gonna get a little blushed up in here.
Oh, I don't care. I'm all open for it.
I know. All right, so getting into our trip, we actually had a nice drive to see the family, and when we on our way there, we stayed at a hotel, and Pixel did great.
We actually
we slept.
we slept, and I woke up before my alarm.
Yeah, I was sick.
What the
still.
hell? Like, we actually I was like, oh my god, we're not gonna get any sleep,
Mhm.
and
We did great. You
we
drove most of the way.
Well, yeah, both ways.
Mhm.
But I mean, I prefer to until I get.
Because you don't like
Hypnotic.
being a passenger.
I don't, but at the same time, if I'm a passenger, I'll scroll on my phone for about an hour and a half,
Then sleep.
and then then I have to sleep. If I'm not doing any of those, I'm I kind of get stir crazy.
I
So-
like driving too, but I do like that you like driving more.
Well, I don't like driving at night.
I can do that.
I was actually surprised at how well I did it.
You woke up when we got into Fort Wayne. It was 1 a.m, and you were like, "Oh, we're here," and I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. That was great. I was okay.
I don't know how you were able to do that. I drove 12 hours or
It's still
11
on the mic.
hours. No, there's more.
I know.
No, there's like I drove like 10, 11 hours that
You
day,
got cat fur
and then
on the
you drove
mic.
the rest. And I was like, nope, I'm dead.
Yeah. You got one of your Christmas presents sitting right in front of us here on the show.
Yeah, it looks real on the show.
Doesn't it? It's a flower vase made out of Legos. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. The flowers are Lego too.
Yeah, it was.
So.
It's an 18 and older Lego too. I don't know why, but it said 18 and older.
Do you like that I put that there?
Yeah.
For the show.
Yes.
It's very
Yeah,
nice.
my brother got it for me.
Yeah.
We got a lot of Legos for Christmas
We
this
did.
year.
Right behind you, actually. If you turn the other way. Okay, that didn't work. It's literally right behind you. There's 2 Lego sets that I got for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, you're not gonna be able to turn.
Yeah,
it's all right. I got a couple of. I got one from your brother and 2 from my brother. So I still have yet to build the other one. Should probably do that soon.
Oh, the Star Wars one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We brought Pixel to South Dakota, and he did great with the kids. He probably had more of a blast than we did.
I think so.
He is just all around.
It just makes me so happy to see him get lit up to see kids.
Yeah,
like because we're not used to that because Layla, by the time we had children in the family, like
she didn't like it.
She didn't really. She was old and fragile, and it wasn't a puppy.
No,
she wasn't one that like you played with. She was a lap dog.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the only nephew that actually grew up with her that she liked was our nephew that's 18 right now.
Right, and Pixel's best friend,
Yes. So, so it's just weird, like, we got to your parents and 3 of our nieces walk down the basement stairs and Pixel sees them and then automatically it's like, oh my
best
God, kids.
He was so happy.
He was barking at them like crazy, like, and running up the stairs like, come on, are you going to get me or what? Like,
they wanted to play downstairs. He wanted to play upstairs.
He's like, come on, come chase me.
Yeah. He didn't get
He
it.
didn't even make it like an hour, I think, playing, and then he came into our bedroom and just like collapsed on the floor and passed out.
By day 4, he was used to him.
Oh yeah,
he was so excited to play with them every day and see him. By the time we came home, he is depressed.
I know. We should probably tell the family that. Like,
if they're listening, they know.
Pixel didn't eat for like 24 hours.
We had to make him
eat. Looked
so sad.
He looked so sad that we were home. Like, I was like, I brought you back to your kitty.
He didn't
really care. He's like,
No.
damn it, we're home and there's no children
exactly.
here. And I looked at Josh. I'm like, oh, we gotta have kids now.
It's like he gets so depressed that he doesn't have a little thing to play with to run around.
I know.
He is such a kid chaser. He loves them.
Wow,
so I'm happy that he loves people and that he's good with them, because people are dachshunds and people don't mix normally. Strangers.
Well,
They're not
strangers.
But
yeah.
here's the thing. He is such a patient dog.
I think, you know how, like, all right, so Layla, we like semi-socialed with dogs. So she was like 50-50 whether or not she likes
animals.
dogs.
Well, for most of her life, she was good with animals because you brought her into work all the time.
Yeah. Pixel, and then Layla was kind of like, if you were an adult, she'd be like, okay, like, I like you, it's fine. Yeah. If you're a kid, she was like, don't touch me. And Pixel's completely different. Pixel's like, he doesn't really like other dogs.
No. He likes people.
He loves people, and he loves kids, and he loves cats, and he
thinks he's people.
He's not very good with other dogs, unfortunately.
No,
I bet you if we get a puppy, he will be fine with it.
He'll
because it's a puppy,
right?
Like I think he's definitely going to put it in its place if it's bothering him too much.
Oh, I think so. We'll have to yell at him a lot.
Yeah, like I can see like the puppy coming at him and him going, "Get away from me!"
Right.
But I don't know. At the same time, I feel like a puppy would do well with him. Now he's laying on the floor on his side, and he's dead sleeping and twitching his front arms in front of me.
Yeah, he didn't even have that big of a day.
He's just been tired the last couple days.
Anyways, so anything else from our trip? We got to see some extended family.
Got a couple weddings.
Got a couple weddings to go to this year. 3.
Well, we got invited to the 3. We'll probably go to 1, maybe 2 out of the 3.
We're gonna go to 2 we're gonna try for 2. We're gonna maybe get 3, but because one of them is happening, we don't know if we need to. I don't know. Do we be talking in code here? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. We're one is for sure.
We don't know what's public yet as
Yes.
far as wedding announcements. So
Yeah.
we have 3 invited to, one that I am in. So
I'm in it too.
You are too. That's very exciting. It's going to be a very interesting summer for us. We're going to have a lot to plan.
Yeah.
It's going to be great. So moving into playing and watching, we got a few things to get into. We actually watched a current movie that's still kind of being talked about, Leave the World Behind. This is not the movie club movie, so we're going to give just a mini review of this. Hopefully not too many spoilers, but it's pretty crazy, this movie that came out, and how like budgeted it was.
Yeah.
And how real it felt.
Yeah.
So this movie is it's on Netflix, and a lot of people are giving it negative praise.
I think it's just because of the way it ends.
Oh, it doesn't really have a solid ending. You don't know the outcome.
People these days there's plenty of movies.
I am so okay with this ending. I love it.
So the movie kind of abruptly ends. I don't want to do any spoilers, to be honest, because it's so new.
As far as the what critics are giving it.
Anyways, I think a lot of people might be giving it negative ratings because a couple reasons. One, it might be a little bit slow moving, and two, the ending is very abrupt, and I can tell, like, with the way society is now, we're so used to having these mini series or docu-series and all these things that like give us all the answers to every little pinpoint.
We don't need the answers in this movie.
This movie doesn't need answers. They basically give it to you, and you just don't get to see the ending of the ending. I don't know how else to say it.
That makes sense. So this movie has a lot of interpretation.
Yeah.
A lot. Every scene, you're looking at colors, you're looking at the backgrounds, you're looking at paintings, you're looking at wallpaper, you're looking at the scenery. Colors mean things. I'm sorry if you're not into that kind of artsy, like, hey, they're wearing blue this whole time. There's something behind that, right? Like, it blue presents, I believe, in my code, naivety. Like, you're naive. Like, you're very stuck in your way.
Okay.
And so Julia Roberts stars in this movie, and she's wearing blue for half the film. Yeah. Eventually, she doesn't, and I think that kind of flips her character by learning to become open.
True. Yeah.
Because we see blue as a calming thing, but it's really not.
Mm-hmm.
She starts the beginning of this movie saying she fucking hates people because she is a person interpreter or something like that. She basically is a behavioral person. She knows the behavior of people.
She gets people to buy things.
Right. But she has to know their attitudes and how bad people are.
I guess. Yeah.
So,
she learns the way people are so she can manipulate them into buying things.
That's one character in this movie. There's like 6 people that you follow in this entire movie.
Yeah.
1, 2,
I mean,
3,
it's basically
6.
It's a movie about what it shows you. It gives you a big picture of how reliant our society is, at least in America, on technology, and how screwed so many people would be if they go minutes, hours without a cell phone connection or a TV or a radio or Wi-Fi.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
It shows what mass panic can happen if there was a huge EMP. Mm-hmm. Because there's nobody knows these days, especially the younger generation, how to actually communicate and use a map and use your resources and not just grab your phone for answers.
Right.
So it made me so I'm the opposite of that. Yeah. I feel like I've kept my skills as far as pre-technology.
I hope so. Because I think
because
I
feel like the moment our internet goes out, or skips a beat or the power goes out, you flip your shit, and then I'm
because I don't want you to panic.
I'm not gonna panic.
I am fine without power for a little while. I am fine. And if I need to figure out something beyond that, so be it.
A dream vacation for you and me is literally to go somewhere
like a cabana,
a remote island or something where there's no cell service, And
If there's electricity, it's basic.
no, not even that. Like, I don't want like TVs. I don't want video games. I don't want a cell phone. Like, you and I were to bring like
Alex,
you
we're
and I-
gamers. What are you
I know,
talking
no,
about?
I vacation like beach. We don't need video games.
Okay.
I'm saying like you and I, the only like way we can document things is you and I get like one disposable camera each.
Okay.
And then like that's how we document our trip.
This is a vacation where you are going
So it's, like,
fully remote.
Completely unplugged
Oh boy.
for like
Can
a
you
week.
imagine the panic that will set in for you? Because
Well, I think there would be obviously a way, like obviously using someone else's phone to like if there's an emergency or
Right.
something like that. But like
there is an island. There are islands you can go and visit that it's basically like that. That lifestyle.
I'm sure
is like
there's
that.
probably like couples resorts where they
Not
like,
even couples resorts. There's an island. I remember we watched this YouTube where this guy visited the least visited island or whatever
Okay.
because their freaking airport turns into a soccer field. Do you remember that?
No.
It's where he basically landed on this island. It's a very remote island and it's got like basically a one engine plane that can
Mhm.
land on this field. That's essentially their runway.
Oh.
And they only get weekly maybe visitors.
I semi remember that.
And he took a car from one end of the island to the other and it only took him 30 minutes and he was done.
I don't know if I need that remote, but like
But that's how remote
you get the
it was.
idea.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So what I meant is like basically there are places you can go where you can just go to. I don't know. You can't even say Hawaii. Hawaii is too connected to the world.
I know.
Dang. Guam.
Either way, back to the movie. I enjoyed the movie.
It's great.
It's very good.
So what we
suggest
interpret of
it.
this movie is there's a military attack on the United States. We don't know if it's internal, external. You don't get that answer. And there's more information. There's a lot of stuff that happens. You get to see how people react to other people. And it's very true to the way
It's
today
it's very
today is.
it's very true to if this were to happen today, this is how
you were more on
people would
Julia
happen.
Roberts' side. I was more on
Well,
Ethan Hawke's side at the beginning.
I saw both sides, but I think I would act more on the Julia Roberts side.
You would, but
I'd be more
I
cautious.
would be like Ethan Hawke.
I'd be
because
more cautious
obviously
about people.
there's some stuff that he's like, obviously they live here because he has the information, but you got really skeptical about the wallet. And I was like, there's a lot of skeptics in this movie that
I'm more of a worst case scenario person, so I think ahead
Mhm.
of what can happen based off your decisions. Like, you know those like choose your own adventure books? My brain does not allow me to choose my own adventure.
you want to know that
It like already chose it for me by knowing the situation and the possible outcomes. Like, it chose the best possible scenario. Like, I don't get to choose the scenario I want. My brain goes, fuck no to that one, you're doing this.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why
But you have put yourself back into that position where you're like, oh no, I'm doing this.
sometimes.
Yeah. So audiences give this a 34% and critics give it a 76. I'm giving this like an 8 or 9. I mean, I wish it had a little bit more. I'm going to say 8.
I said I'd give it an 8, to be honest.
I'll watch it again.
I would watch it again.
If they sequel it, I don't know if I want that because
I don't want a sequel.
If there is a sequel, different people. Different
No.
people entirely.
Like a different story attached to it, that's fine. Just in like another perspective, that's fine. But I don't want to
That
know
maybe don't even see the characters.
Yes,
Like you
yeah.
just know of the area. You already
Yeah.
know. I don't know where this took place in New York.
I think
like
it was New
Manhattan.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon's also in this movie, and he plays a really good character. Like he plays the character he needed to play in this movie.
Mhm.
It was good. So moving on from there, let me go back to our notes and see what else we have for playing and watching. I know we're playing some. We played some Lethal Company. I don't know if we talked about that already. We did on the show, right?
We might have, because that was last month.
Yeah, I thought so.
I think we've already talked about that. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been wanting to go back to that because you're hearing your brother scream all the time.
It's just
and
it's hilarious to hear him today. Like just
it's good
he's
stuff.
like 2.5 walls apart from our room, from our studio, and while I'm working I just hear like today, what was it? It was come and get these nuts.
He saw like some kind of monster eat the mimic.
I don't remember.
Oh, that's
he's
crazy.
He needs to stream.
He does. He'd be a hilarious streamer,
He
but
would be.
he doesn't like being on.
He doesn't like being
microphone
on
or anything.
microphone or camera. He doesn't like having.
You know, if you just recorded some of it and put it on TikTok, I think he'd be a sensation.
Of just recording him like
his voice,
just his voice in
We
our
should
room.
do that one.
Yeah, get him set up for success.
That would be no. We would just be outside his door with our phones, just
Recording it?
recording the door would all. That's all you need.
Yeah,
That's it.
Be like,
That's
hey,
a TikTok.
Comment if you want him to start a stream.
That would be a TikTok right there. Just simple, short, like just clips of it. Like, it's all in one, but it's a compilation of it. Like it would be like you'd hear him say, "Come get me, mother," whatever, and he just scream, "Wah!" Like his screams that he does. Like I think that would be great. We should do that.
And be like, "Hey, Jake,
he doesn't realize
I made you a Twitch."
He doesn't. No, just videos of that. That's all you need.
Yeah.
So I played some Warzone. Went back on stream on Saturday. Because I was sick throughout the week. I decided to give myself a little bit more of a break and just take the time off, and I needed it. It was nice. I came to the conclusion I'm probably done for probably the rest of the season of Warzone. I'm not certain how much is left. Probably playing Fortnite for a while just to go back. I like playing Fortnite. I'm really.
I mean, I
enjoying
like it. It's less stressful.
You?
I think I have more fun on Fortnite, especially last night.
That was
with
really
Patrick
fun.
and I.
We do have a clip of that to show.
Oh, you're gonna show it?
You want to do it now?
I don't care. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It was so funny. So you have to understand my perspective is like Patrick. Like, so we're in a car and we're trying to get to our bounty, right? And there's a bridge with train tracks, and I hear Patrick say something like, "Oh yeah, let's go on the train tracks," or something about the train, but I didn't fully understand what he said, and I thought he meant like, "Yeah, we're going on the train tracks, let's go for it." So I start boosting my car to like, yeah, woohoo, let's go ride the train tracks. But what he actually said was something like, "Oh, hell yeah, let's go hit the train," or something. And I didn't realize there's a train coming at us.
You see it on the thing.
I don't see it until like
there,
right there, and I'm like, so I went to go get over the bridge, and I'm like, oh shit, it's not gonna happen. So I was like, get out, Patrick, get out. So that happens, and we start laughing because the train runs over our car, but we're fine. Well, then all of a sudden there was somebody on the train, and they jumped off and saw us, and they started shooting at us. And Josh is in the background going, "Guys, what's going on? Guys, what's going on?" He has no idea, and Patrick and I are just like
away.
Pissing our pants in laughter because we don't know what the hell just happened.
It was really funny.
I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go zoom down these train tracks. Oh shit, there's a train! Hurry up and get out!"
It's good stuff. I had a lot of fun playing Fortnite last night. We got an accidental victory that we're gonna show at the end of the episode. So just
the accidental victory.
Stay tuned. That was really fun. Anything else I'm playing and watching? I don't think there is. We have to talk about the NFL. Here.
I'm currently watching Daughters of the Cult.
What is that?
It is it's on Hulu. It just came out this year, like this month. It was a suggestion from one of the girls at work, so I started watching it because I like docuseries about like people that are psycho. I don't know why. Crystal knows. Crystal, you can back me up on that one.
She talks about it.
Crystal watches that stuff like I do.
Okay. Nice.
But anyways, I think I've got like 2 episodes left. It's like 5 episodes, I think, long, and it's basically about these 2 daughters. I mean, it's mainly focused around 2 daughters that they're interviewing, but it's a whole family that they end up interviewing. But it's 2 daughters that come forward about their dad. Oh my gosh, what's his name? I know it's like LeBron or LeBaron. Yeah, his last name's LeBaron, and he was like this huge cult Mormon polygamist guy, turned killer. Basically, like he thought himself of like as Jesus, basically, and that any other person outside of his church, his religion, his like beliefs was basically disobeying God and needed to be killed. Oh, by the way, the thing I was telling you about called like how they he started following like this old biblical thing called blood atonement.
Okay.
is what it was that I couldn't remember.
And
Meaning, basically, if you disobey God, you will be blood atoned, which means like you'll die, your blood will hit the earth and absorb in the earth, and you'll, I don't know, something like that. It's weird. Basically, you disobey God, you're gonna be killed. Like God's gonna order him to kill you because you don't follow the true prophet. I don't know. Anyways, so basically his family was like brainwashed, and a bunch of people were brainwashed, and he killed a bunch of people that were against him or were in his cult. Basically,
he killed people.
I don't know if
he Mansoned them.
He Marilyn.
No.
Charles, my God. He Charles Manson them, which is like basically saying like he got his followers to do his dirty work. And then the documentary is following these girls' lives from the time they were like 9 years old till 16, 17, something like that, about how they had 13 moms and like 50 siblings because of like the polygamy.
Right.
And all of these people started getting, like, the girls started getting groomed for marriage, meaning like basically sexually harassed.
Like at 9.
At 9 years old.
That's right.
And what they thought was basically before the girls started having a mind of their own and started maturing, that's, you wanted to get them before they got to that age, or else they wouldn't like marry or obey. But it also showed like this guy killing his own daughter or ordered his own daughter to be killed that was like 9 months pregnant because she disobeyed. And so these girls were like, they get interviewed about how crazy their life was, and how crazy their dad is. And how they spent most of their lives moving from home to home to home, from Denver to Mexico to Texas to California, to try to run from the FBI, which they didn't know that they were running. They just were told, dad had a prophecy and we need to move.
Okay, so you know I moved around a lot.
These girls said that by the time they were like 9 years old, they had moved like 13 times.
Jeez.
And they would put like 22 kids and 5 adults in a 1,500 square foot apartment.
No.
Mm-hmm. And they would just basically give, like, she talked about, like, basically there's like a stack of blankets and pillows, and all the kids at the end of the night would just find a spot to lay down and go to sleep on the floor. Like 22 kids in an apartment.
Jeez.
Yeah. So, but anyways, I haven't finished it yet, but it's just like crazy to see how brainwashed, and that's all they knew their whole life was do this or be killed, like as the ultimate consequence. And all they knew is to obey. And then once they started to get more mature, their instincts started to kick in, and eventually they got away. So, but I haven't gotten to that part yet, but eventually they did. So it's just it's following them around with their crazy life growing up in a cult, which sounds, I don't know. It's fascinating, but at the same time, like, it's horrible to see. Like, I can't believe
it is what it is.
People grow up like this.
It's really bad.
Yeah. I mean, good for them for getting out. But.
Yeah.
But anyways, I've got like 2 episodes left of that. Other than that, like, I haven't really. I mean, I have a guilty pleasure that I'm kind of watching off and on too. I started 90 Day Fiancé back up again.
That is such some of the most, actually 95% of those people all piss me off.
Yeah, I'd say like
90.
I'd say like 99%.
And they're not together. Like, the 2 good people are not together. Like,
I know.
Everyone that's good, has done good, is getting wronged so bad.
I just feel like a lot of these people are getting married for the wrong reasons.
Extremely wrong.
Like, they're getting married for the quote unquote the glory of marriage kind of thing.
What was one of them?
We just got to get married because we're in love and we have to.
Yeah.
Like it's just because marriage is such a cool thing and we got to get married. Like, like a Disney thing. I'm like, no, they're not really focused on. Some of these people haven't even talked about money and kids and living situations and like the big important things in marriage that you don't really think to talk about, but
you and
I
had those conversations when we were much
our relationship is much different because you and I, our first 4 years of our relationship was on the phone.
Right.
So all we did was talk about these things.
True.
Other people don't.
Right.
So, yes, that's big wedding advice. Make sure that you check all your boxes in the big conversations in life before you're putting a ring on it.
Agreed. Okay, so we got to talk about the NFL here and then a little bit of fantasy. We have a voicemail to get to, and we got to get to the movie club. So, starting off, week 18, there was a lot on the line for a lot of teams. Starting off with the Steelers, they beat the Ravens. Steelers are in the playoffs. They're going to go, hopefully not, probably one and
They're
done.
going to lose.
The Ravens weren't even playing Lamar. They already tied their number 1 seed. They were fine. They didn't need to do anything. Next game was Texans and Colts. This game was gotta get in to win, or win to get in. Win and in was what it was. And the Texans won because the Colts weren't playing well Saturday night. They had a 4th and 1 or 2, I think it was.
They were playing like crap.
And they missed the pass. I mean, there's a lot of back and forth on this game, but the Texans were the better team, and that's awesome because CJ Stroud is rookie. And he's taking them to the playoffs, so that's awesome.
They're not
here's the
gonna
crazy thing: we're gonna get to the bracket, and it's gonna be a little. People are talking conspiracy and writing an NFL script because of what we're about to show. So we're gonna go into the playoff bracket because of who won these games too, and our Super Bowl predictions.
Should we just go into the bracket instead of spending so much time?
Well, we're just going to run through the scores here.
Okay.
Jaguars lost to the Titans. That means the Jaguars are now out of the playoffs. So good for the Titans showing up. Lions beat the Vikings 30-20. We were ready for that. I got to see.
We at least got to see
Justin Jefferson get a touchdown and make 1,000 yards.
Yes, and Addison.
And Addison make a touchdown that makes 10. So 10 for a rookie. That's great for wide receivers. And Justin Jefferson, that's 4 seasons over 1,000 yards, and he made it. That's all we needed. I mean, that's all I care about is the good stats. That means they're probably coming back next season. If Jefferson thinks he's going away, I think they're going to franchise tag him first. So,
probably.
And that means he can't go away.
Yep.
So, Saints and Falcons. We need to talk about this. This is why I didn't want to just skip right into the playoffs. A lot of controversy on this game.
Yeah.
41-17 is what the like
final
1 minute
score is.
No.
Or no, the
what the final score should have
been.
Jameson Winston decided to be a rookie quarterback and do victory formation instead, doing a handoff to his running back who had not gotten a touchdown all season. Instead of doing a kneel at the 2-yard line, they ran it in for a score, and that pissed the Falcons head coach off to no extent. And I am in agreement here. They played poorly.
Yeah.
Like they did not. That was wrong. Jameson Winston, first of all, was told to do victory formation and kneel the ball and call it good, but instead he said in the huddle, "We're doing this," and I don't agree with it at all. It's pretty upsetting. 48-17 is what the game ended up being, and the Saints, I mean, I guess, came out on top with that. It doesn't make them look good.
No.
They won. They had the win. They had it in. They were set, and instead they decided to do that. So, Falcons fired their head coach. Just want to put that out there. Jets beat the Patriots 17-3. Bill Belichick is probably not coming back to the Patriots. That's a long stint.
That might be okay.
Long stint in the Patriots, but he might be going to other teams. We'll see. Buccaneers beat the Panthers 9-0. So whatever, Bucks are in, as kind of expected. In order for the Vikes to get in, they needed the Panthers to beat the Bucks, and that's just a garbage game. Browns versus Bengals. Bengals beat the Browns. They weren't playing Flacco. I don't even know if they were playing Cooper.
I don't know.
Like we didn't watch any of the game, but we didn't
really need to.
The Browns are already in. They didn't need to. It didn't matter. You were upset about it. You wanted to watch the game and hope there was a good game out of it.
I was just like, I would have been happy, but
you put 16 points on the Browns.
I thought, what the hell?
Week 18 is a big coin toss on everybody's teams because a lot of people
I did a
aren't
coin
playing.
toss and I lost.
That was a bad coin toss.
We're still only you and I are only 19 points away from each other. So.
Right. It's a close game. close league.
I already
still in
did
the
my picks
pick'ems.
this week,
I
and I'm
didn't do
gonna
'em yet.
win.
Packers beat the Bears 17-9. I'm actually surprised about this. I thought Justin Fields would show up. Instead, Jordan Love made the Bears their bitch again. The Bears haven't beat the Packers. I think it's like 9 or 11. I think it's 9 straight losses.
Mm-mm.
Like the Packers own the Bears, and the Packers are now going to the playoffs. We'll get into the bracket. Cowboys rock the Commanders 38-10. Now it's the Commanders, I believe, ended their season 4-13. There was no surprise on that. The Raiders beat the Broncos. The Broncos benched Russell Wilson, so that didn't make sense to me as to why the Broncos had an opportunity for the playoffs. Instead, they didn't want to injure Russell Wilson. They want to get rid of him. They're going to get a new quarterback next season. Whatever. That's fine. 27-14. I don't mean to dwindle the Raiders' win on that. I'm sorry, Patrick, but when you're not running your star quarterback to make the playoffs, I get it's a money situation. That's kind of what the Raiders and the Broncos are known for, is money situations. That's why they've had head coach issues on the Raiders, and that's why the Broncos have had player issues, and it's just a money situation. Giants beat the Eagles. What the hell?
The Eagles are already in.
I know, but it really upset a lot of Eagles fans. The Eagles are
in.
I know they're in.
So screw you, Eagles fans. Sorry,
27-10.
they're in. Don't just whatever. It's fine.
Seahawks beat the Cardinals 21-20. That's a very close game.
Yeah.
Seahawks, I believe, I think they're in.
You have to look at the bracket.
Rams beat the 49ers 21-20. And that's 2 back-to-back 21-20 games. Rams are in. We'll go into the bracket on that. Chiefs barely beat the Chargers 13-12. I didn't watch a lick of that game because they weren't playing any of their starters. So they barely beat the Chargers. Wow. Bills beat the Dolphins 21-14. Tua Tagovailoa shot himself in the foot. Shot himself in the foot. I mean, he just interceptions. I mean,
Miami's still in.
I know. But had Miami won, they would have had the home game.
Oh, okay.
Now the Bills, I believe, have the home game. So we're going to get into the playoff bracket and our Super Bowl predictions. Let's get into it.
Did you already have the bracket up?
I have the bracket up.
Okay.
Don't even need to look for it. It's right here.
Oh, would you look at that?
Look at that. Josh comes prepared again. There we go. So we got Bills having the home game against the Steelers.
Wait, do you want me to write these down?
What? Why?
Or predictions of who's winning?
Well, I don't know if we're just
Are we
predicting
gonna
Super Bowl.
Are we gonna predict the Super Bowl, or
We're
do you want to
predicting
just
Super Bowl?
You don't want to do week?
No,
like,
Super
okay.
Bowl. Super
Alrighty.
Bowl prediction.
I don't want to do the score yet. I just want to do who's going. I'm serious.
I know. So we got.
Can we go through the brackets first?
That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing. So we got the Bills facing the Steelers at home. So Bills get the home game. So, that could be a good Bills game winning, but any given Sunday on that one, the Steelers are not consistent.
I think the Bills are going to win.
Bills are probably going to win that one.
Yep.
I agree. And now that'll bring them against, next AFC, we got Chiefs and Dolphins.
You know what?
I'm going with Dolphins.
I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Yeah. So that'll probably bring, the Dolphins up against the Ravens. And then the Bills will be going up against either the Texans or the Browns. And I think the Browns are going to do it because Flacco's freaking amazing.
Yeah, I'm going for the Browns.
Browns, of course, we're going to go for. So
okay. So that brings
Browns, Dolphins, Bills, Ravens.
So, Browns, Dolphins. So this is where it gets hard.
Yeah, I agree.
This is where it actually gets difficult.
I think if they're staying consistent,
I think
it's going to be a Dolphins home game if they win that. So, because I don't know what. Nymeria going after my cord. She likes this cord. She loves it. She's sitting in my lap. I think the Browns might do it, and I think the Ravens Browns are going to be the AFC Championship game.
That's what I think.
That's what I want. That's what I think. I think the Bills are too inconsistent to get past the Ravens.
I've seen Allen choke up a few.
I don't know if the Ravens. I actually don't know how that goes. Like who wins what. It all depends on who beats who, of course.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping it comes down to what you just said, which is
Browns
Browns
at championship.
Yes, Ravens.
Now let's look at the NFC. This is where the conspiracy comes in with the Dallas Cowboys and the Packers. We got Mike McCarthy facing his old team.
It's going to be Dallas.
Dallas will probably beat the Packers, but the Packers
to be Dallas.
beat Dallas.
It's going to be Dallas.
Packers know what they're doing against Dallas.
It's going to be Dallas.
Okay, we hope for that because I don't like Packers at all.
Okay, you want my predictions? It's going to go Dallas, Lions, Eagles.
Eagles over the Bucks. Okay.
Yep.
You don't think the Eagles are frauds enough? You think the Bucks are going to lose?
Yeah, they're going to
go. Okay. So that's going to get San Francisco facing off against, I think, probably the Lions, right? Or the Lions. And then we'll have the Eagles go up against the Cowboys for the divisional. I believe that's how it's going to go. I think it's going to come down.
I think the championship game.
Yeah. What do you want to do? What do you think that's going to be? I don't know if the Niners and the Lions are facing each other in the playoffs before the championship. I don't know. I don't know if they're making
Lions
divisional.
and
What's the chat saying? We got some comments.
Let's see here. We got Brian. Brian says Packers could beat Dallas.
They could.
But it'd be a tough game.
Yeah.
No, 49ers get lowest seed.
That's what I thought.
So it would be the Eagles.
Ooh. That's a good one. Okay. So it'd be Lions, Cowboys, Eagles, Niners. Okay. So I think the Niners beat the Eagles because the Eagles aren't gonna. Yeah, I think the Niners beat them, and I think the Lions beat the Cowboys.
I agree with the Lions beating the Cowboys.
So I think it comes down to the Niners versus the Lions.
Yeah.
And the Browns versus the Ravens. Those are very.
I actually agree
matchups.
with that.
Now, as far as Super Bowl goes,
it's hard.
I'm saying Browns Lions, but I don't know.
I would love that game.
That would be an interesting Super Bowl. That's my prediction. But what it'll probably come down to is Ravens.
What I want is
Browns Lions. That would be the most exciting.
I think that would be really exciting.
The Midwest. I'm
Midwest.
Sorry. That is the West Coast and
but
East Coast getting the snub.
I think it's going to be Ravens San Francisco.
Ravens San Francisco?
Yeah.
Okay.
What I want is Browns.
I have Browns Lions.
Yes, Browns Lions. What I think it's going to be is Ravens and San Francisco.
I'm very interested in seeing what that's going to happen. What's going to happen?
Either way, I feel like we're going to have a very fun playoff.
Well, at least the wild card round is going to be very interesting. Seeing the Browns. Okay, that was the other conspiracy. It was the Browns facing the Texans. The Texans traded off Deshaun Watson to the Browns, who is benched, of course, or he's out for the season.
Okay.
But you can't write that script, man.
Eagles are still in trouble if Hurts is still hurt from the hand injury.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
That's why I was saying the Eagles are kind of fraudulent.
I know, but I still think they're gonna.
I think the Bucks might do it. But either way, either those two go to the San Francisco game, probably, right?
I think that the Eagles are gonna win though.
Unless the Rams beat the Lions, that would be a weird upset. I don't think the Rams have that.
Brian says, I think it would be great if the Texans won. They won't go past the first round, though.
No.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm rooting for the Browns.
Yeah.
We'll be watching that game.
Yeah.
So that's our predictions for the playoffs. We'll have our Super Bowl.
You know what? We should find out where Mom's watching the playoff game for the Browns.
And go with her.
And go and wear our Browns gear that we have. Like our one thing.
We have a hat. Oh wait, I have my orange flannel.
Yeah,
I can wear that.
You can wear that, and I'll wear my hat
and my brown shirt or short or pants. God dang.
We can actually go wear
Brown's
some.
Looking. Yeah, I can do that.
Browns gear.
I would not mind do that. We can do that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That'd be fun.
That would be fun. So that's our Super Bowl predictions. Fantasy. I have it written down how we wound up. Brett wound up in 10th place at 6-9. I wound up in 5th place at 6-9, and you wound up in 4th place at 12-3.
Even though I was first the entire time.
Any given Sunday, and you had a bad week. It is what it is.
It was not a bad week.
No, it was.
It was a close game. Patrick
It
and I
was?
went up against each other, and I think like he won by like 4 points.
Oh, I didn't know it was that close.
Yeah, it was close.
I didn't know that for
Yeah.
for the first round, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We do have a voicemail to get to real quick before we get into
So.
anything else here. So I will be playing that right now.
And in this corner, weighing in at none of your business, good-looking Mexican, your 2023 PTO Unlimited champion of fantasy football, Big Solus_64 on Twitch. Woo! You knew it was coming. I almost said tag team champion there for some reason, like I'm cutting a promo. Shout out to Arrow. Yeah, 2023 champion of the PTO Unlimited podcast, fantasy football. I knew you guys were going to bring it up, but I thought I throw a voicemail in there anyways, and I stumbled over my words and be like that. That's why I'm not in professional wrestling, and, season's over for the Raiders, but you know what? Go Raiders!
Okay, that was it. Good on
Yes,
you for the
yeah.
Raiders.
Good
At
job,
least they had a
Patrick.
they had a good win. And Patrick, hey, good job on the fantasy. We
Good job
we
with
brought it
your-
up. I
job.
knew to bring it up.
Yes, good job with your win.
Good job with your win. Yes, I agree. Okay, now we have to get into the movie club real quick, and then we got a couple of other news things and fan questions.
Yeah, we gotta move this along.
We do. We kind of stayed back a
hungry.
little bit. Me too. What do you want for dinner?
I'm hungry.
Okay, Lost in Translation is the movie club movie. What?
I'm hungry.
Hi, hungry. I'm Josh. Hi, hungry. I'm Dad. Okay, so Lost in Translation. This movie came out in 2003. This is what we're going to be talking about for the movie club. Here's the synopsis of it. A lonely, aging movie star named Bob Harris and a conflicted newlywed Charlotte meet in Tokyo. Bob is there to film a Japanese whiskey commercial. Charlotte is accompanying her celebrity photographer husband. Strangers in a foreign land, the two find escape, distraction, and understanding amidst the bright Tokyo lights after a chance meeting in a quiet lull of the hotel bar. They form a bond that is unlikely, and it is heartfelt and meaningful. Starring Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson, Giovanni Ribisi, and Anna Faris. 03. This movie was great.
That's
And
amazing.
That is me saying a lot for Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I don't, as you know, I'm not a big fan of his because he's just a little too cocky on set or something. I just don't like his vibe. This movie was amazing.
Yeah, I loved it.
As far as like personal feelings, like how it feels, he's a celebrity. He's got all this money. She's a newlywed. She doesn't know what's going on with her life. She doesn't know what to do with her life because they
And he's in
actually
like
don't
his
know
like
each
what
other.
20th year of marriage or something,
Right.
or 30 or whatever.
Couples suck
Hmm?
in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, how are people such strangers amongst each other, living with each other, living without each other, and still engaging in conversation with each other and not giving a shit
I
about each
know.
other?
I know it's
You and
sad.
I are two different people, like compared to the way people are set in their
I know
ways in
it
the
makes me
world.
feel bad.
We actually care what's going on in each other's lives so
Mm.
much that we're involved in it all the time. Fuck you. Oh yeah, I knew that was coming. But we are a different couple as compared to that because we care about what people think of, like what we think of each other and what each other thinks of each other. Like we're still in that mindset, and I don't ever
care what you think about me.
Yes, you do. I don't ever want to leave that mindset though.
Nah.
Like that's not fun when it's just like you don't care at all. Like at that point, like for me, I've always like maintained at least a good figure for myself and to make sure I look good for you. And that's like my thing. I want to make sure I look good. And you always compliment me on it, so I make sure to keep it that way. Is that snoring?
I think Snickers is snoring.
Yeah. Oh, she's laying next to Pixel.
Yeah, I know.
So it's oddly fun to watch. It's very relatable to their characters when interacting with people they don't know or like. Like it was really funny when they were going through.
I love the whole the movie name Lost in Translation
Makes sense.
Makes sense just because they're in Japan and neither of them speak like a lick of Japanese.
Not really. No.
Like, I mean, extremely basic.
Basic.
So
if
to
that.
watch them like communicate with people that are trying to communicate with them, and this is before cell phones,
Mhm.
so like there's no Google Translate or anything like that.
Right.
So they had to just like try to figure out
Yeah.
like what people are saying. And like, what did you say? Like an interesting fact was like most of the scenes with Bill Murray and
Oh, I'll get into the facts on this.
like you said they were like legit ad-libbed or like he just
Here it is. The script, which can be found online, wasn't written in a traditional sense, but more in terms of broad scene description that allowed for input by the actors. Many dialogue scenes were heavily improvised, including Bill Murray's lines in the photo shoot, which seemed pretty like there's no way there's a script for this.
oh my god, that was so like cringy.
And his conversation with Scarlett Johansson about his shiatsu massage. So the script is it's just an implied script for most scenes is what they said, which that's what makes this feel so real.
It feels very
really,
real.
It feels very real. Like
I love how he's talking to the one old dude in this is it Subway or something.
Yeah. And they're just like he's like, oh okay. He's like really trying to understand, and they're like telling them a story or whatever.
But it's like it's so cool to watch people try to communicate that way and have fun with it, not get frustrated. Just like
but it
what
can
you
get
said
scary.
It gets scary sometimes if you say the wrong thing or you imply the wrong thing. But like just to watch them try to communicate with people from another country that they're in their country and they're just there to like Bill Murray's just so nonchalant about trying to have a conversation and be all laid back like yeah sure I totally know what you said like it was a real conversation that we watched.
So this was written and directed by the same woman, Sofia Coppola. She wrote the lead role specifically for Bill Murray and later said that if he turned it down she wouldn't have done the movie. I don't see anybody else in this movie as him.
No.
Like, and I don't know. It felt so real, and if that's the case, and those are all ad libbed, that's the way Bill Murray really is. All right. That makes me.
I'm sure
feel
people
good.
have their ups and downs in their career. So.
I agree. Filming had to be done in secrecy at certain locations because the production was unable to secure permission to shoot there. For example, the crew faced threat of arrest while filming in the subway. That's what you were talking about.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you were talking about. Yep. This is Bill Murray's only nominated Oscar performance.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you got to think about it, most of his other movies, at least the ones that
comedies
he's known for, are
yeah.
comedies, and I don't feel like comedy's up there as far as getting Oscars.
Yeah.
Like it's a very difficult.
I don't follow a lot of Bill Murray's career.
It's a very difficult category for an Oscar.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Which I think it just
got
like
added.
Horror. Well, Golden
horror
Globes just got added for comedy this year. Jim Gaffigan presented for it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Giovanni Ribisi and Scarlett Johansson both have fraternal twin siblings.
Didn't know that.
I did not know that. Giovanni has a sister named Marissa, and Scarlett Johansson has a brother named Hunter.
Yeah, no idea.
They have twin siblings. I didn't know Scarlett Johansson was a twin. That's crazy. Scarlett Johansson was only 17 during production, and Bill Murray was 52. It's a little creepy.
That's a little creepy.
They do have like I don't want to say
they have very intimate scenes, but but they're not intimate. They're more like close, is what I would say.
Close as in like loving,
but
like they found a connection with each other.
Yeah,
it's not. It doesn't feel sexual, but there is sexual.
It's more like like they're
them
both
the
craving to be loved.
Yes,
so,
love properly.
Yeah, kind
and
of
the
thing.
other
Or
person,
be seen, be loved, be recognized.
And the other person knows how to do that because they speak to each other like people.
Yeah.
And they have an understanding of that sense. The kiss between Murray and Scarlett Johansson at the end of the movie was not in the script, but it was an in the moment ad lib between the performers. That's a spoiler alert. But this is a 2003
it's an old movie.
Yeah. For years, no one other than Bill Murray, Scarlett Johansson, and Sofia Coppola knew what Bob whispered to Charlotte in the final scene, which is the two characters. He whispers in her ear. But on October 28th, 2009, a YouTube video surfaced containing a slightly enhanced audio of this part of the film with subtitles where more than 20,000 visitors had a chance to find out what Bob whispered to Charlotte. And this is what they think it says. When John is ready for his next business trip, go up to that man and tell him the truth, okay? Another YouTube video uploaded in April of 2007 suggests that the line is, I have to be leaving, but I won't let that come between us, okay? Closer inspection seems to reveal that the opening words are promise me, and that the closest match to the audio is likely promise me that the next thing you do is go up to that man and tell him the truth.
I think that's what I would think.
Mm-hmm.
That would, with the way the situation is and stuff, that's what I want it to be.
There is a spiritual successor to this movie called Her, which is where Scarlett Johansson plays an AI.
Yeah. Okay.
And Joaquin Phoenix falls in love with it.
Cool.
We haven't gotten to that movie yet. We might get to it once. I don't know. But budget for this movie was only $4 million, which makes sense. It was probably just for the actors, really.
Probably actors.
And the crew.
Yeah.
Box office 118.7. So very successful film. Very successful film. It made a lot of its budget back. But yeah, I give this movie an 8.5.
I give it a 9.
It's really good.
I liked it a lot.
Yep.
A lot. Like, very rewatchable.
It's very, yes. And it is a little bit of a tearjerker.
Yeah.
Does have a little bit of it's got a very humanistic feeling to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it might be timeless, although it doesn't have any cell phone or any technology.
I think that's what makes
really.
it timeless, though, is
Yeah.
not having the technology in it.
Yeah, because she doesn't communicate via anything, and she's in her
she's on the phone, but it's like on a phone.
phone. Yeah, basic phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have our next movie?
Yeah, but I don't think you want to watch it.
What? What do you mean?
You already said like you're kind of like meh about it, but I wanted to watch it because it got like a 9 out of 10.
We have to. It's your choice. It is the movie club movie.
Okay.
What are the choices? I mean, what's the choice that
I just
you
had
have?
one choice. I've been wanting to watch it, but you didn't want to the other night.
It might just have not been for that other night. You know, is it that documentary?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's on YouTube only right now.
what's it called?
It's called From My Eyes. It's an indie film where this guy basically, you know how we watched Val?
Yeah.
And how Val Kilmer like basically walked around with a video camera his whole life?
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of like that, but this guy like shoots his child or like his adolescence and stuff. And you showed me the trailer on TikTok, and I was like, holy shit, that looks amazing. And like it got amazing reviews, and it just basically shows like it's a walk down memory lane from coming of age and going through college and your relationships and the ups and downs of that time during your life. And it's all like recorded on video.
Okay.
So it's supposed to be like a tearjerker is what it sounds like. People are saying like laugh, cry kind of thing. Like this one hits hard because it's so real.
Okay.
But I was like, you know what? It's whatever. You know what? I told you that this year I was going to try to become more in touch with my emotional side.
Okay.
Because I've been so like numb.
Well, yeah.
To be honest.
How do you feel now, actually, in with how you are doing at work daily now? Like it's only been a week back, but look at how well you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, I feel mentally better, but I still feel like there's definitely a huge room for emotional improvement.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have like a lot of stress is off of me, but at the same time, like going from working in the field for so many years and having a very physical and mentally taxing job,
Yeah.
I kind of have the exact same thing working at a desk, because it's a mentally taxing job because I'm staring at a screen for 8 hours a day. And I also have to keep myself, oh my goodness. I might cry.
Snickers just jumped into Alex's lap.
Oh, hello, my old baby. Anyways, hi. This doesn't ever happen. Oh goodness. This is my 17-year-old baby.
So you love your job because of this.
I love my job because my animals love me now.
They really do.
Yeah.
You can't
Actually,
come
I
over
think she
here.
really just wants you. But
She can't. She's not getting over
sneakers.
here.
But no. So physically taxing on my body is going from being up and moving around and being on my feet from 6 a.m. until sometimes 8, 9 o'clock at night
Right.
to sitting in a chair now for most of the day.
And you hate that though.
It's physically taxing on my body because it's the complete opposite of what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the stress on my body is like, it's a different type of stress. So it's harder, like my body and my muscles feel like lazier. So it's harder for me to get up and move around and whatnot versus
we're supposed to work out today. I don't think that's happening. We have to eat.
Versus like, being home, like, I mean, I'd work myself in, 10,000 steps for me at work was easy.
Yeah, nothing.
Like a 10,000 step day was a normal
How are your
day.
joints now though?
The joints are fine. It's more like I can tell my muscle mass is deteriorating.
Okay, so we got to get back into working out so you don't lose that.
Yes.
We were doing walks to keep it going.
I know. In the summer, that it helped because like almost every single day after work in the summer and towards the end of like fall,
we could do
we were like going on walks.
We can go to. We
could. It's not
he
like
does not hate the cold.
I know, and it's not like it's horrible outside.
No,
but almost on the daily, we were going for walks, and I think that helped.
I think we should continue that if it's not bad outside.
And we go for like it's like a 15-20 minute walk.
It's a 15-minute walk, yeah.
So, but really, like other than that, the only other thing that I need to start unlocking, I think, for myself, which is kind of like one of my personal goals, is like I used to avoid dramas. I used to avoid things that would make me cry because I don't like crying. Well, I've learned, I think, like you need to feel. Like, and I was so like, no, I just want to be numb to this. I don't want to feel. I don't want to feel. I don't want to be ooey gooey. I don't want to, I don't want to cry. Well, now it's like, no, I feel like people need that. Like, I need to watch a drama. I need to watch a chick flick. I need to remember what it's like to have that spark of, I want to be kissed like that.
You used to watch those.
I know, but like I avoided them for the last like 4 years, basically. I feel like COVID did a number on me as far as like with my mental health. It made me turn into like a zombie.
Yeah.
Emotionally. Like I had to block out so much because I was so pissed all the time. I was so sad all the time that I just had to put a face on.
Yeah.
And then now that I've been out of like my job where, I was, and my body and my brain automatically flipped that switch the moment I clocked in. And now I'm here, so that's why I feel like so much better. But I know that I can focus on, hey, I need to be more emotionally available.
Right.
So that's kind of like what I'm trying to do as a human.
Just be emotionally available.
You just farted on me. She just let out a toot.
Let's do our fan question real quick. And we got to get into our trivia. Not really trivia. My questionnaire. That's really good. We also have a little bit of nerd news to touch on. So we got to deal with our predictions of 2024 because things are getting a little wild already. We're dealing with some crazy stuff in the news. We've had earthquakes and tsunamis already in Japan.
Yep.
That's already in the news. That's just nuts.
And then not just little earthquake.
No.
Big.
Right.
Like 8.4 or something like that. That was
I know
huge.
it was a 7 something.
I thought it was an 8.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was 7.
Well, a big one.
Way. Either way. Hold on. I'm doing something here on my phone. What event do you have on your 2024 bingo card? Like we had something crazy happen in Miami too. That was no one's explaining what happened down there, but there was like 60 police cars and like electricity was out and
flights were grounded.
Apparently, there were black helicopters going by.
But apparently it was because some adolescent shot off some fireworks inside of a mall.
Conspiracies have been all over.
I'm
TikTok.
Sorry, but that's a load of bullshit.
Yeah. But I want to stay away from the crazy conspiracy stuff and just have a little bit
of I'm all for everything, man.
I got some lighthearted ones I'm just going to predict here. Okay?
Oh, okay. I was going for crazy.
So these are ones that I'm going to say my 3. I got 3.
Okay.
And then if I have a crazy one come up in my head or whatever other people say, I might chime in.
Okay.
But first
Can
one
I say
is
mine first?
okay, fine.
Because then you're gonna take mine. I know it.
No, I'm not. I guarantee it. I bet you I'm not thinking the same thing. But go ahead.
We're gonna have a COVID 2.0.
I was not gonna think.
We're gonna
that.
have a different.
I hope
It's not COVID.
God,
We're not gonna have COVID. We're gonna have.
We can't.
I think we're gonna have a
can't.
COVID 2.0.
We as humans
Nope.
cannot.
I think we're going to.
You know why?
I think
Because
it's-
they're
I think it's
taking
going-
viruses out of
But
permafrost.
do you know when it's gonna happen?
Did
No.
you hear about that?
No. Do you know what?
Do you know what I even said?
Yes, viruses out of permafrost.
That's crazy. And
Yeah.
we woke one up.
Yeah.
Great.
We also touched an ancient fish that we weren't supposed to, and then the tsunamis happened.
That's crazy. That is crazy. There's a fish that goes up in the sea, and the only time it ever rises up is when there's going to be a
Huge catastrophic world event.
And there was a 7-something.
and then somebody went and touched it, and now things are happening. So
they beached themselves.
I don't remember, but you're not supposed to touch it.
Like, leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Don't touch it.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Okay. No. COVID 2.0 is
Okay.
happening.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
yeah.
it's gonna
That's
happen
on your bingo
in
card.
October.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Wow. That's right before election. Kind of weird.
There's also going to be.
Did you lose train of thought?
No, I'm trying to think of how to word this. There's also going to be we're not going to know that if it's real or not, but I think I have this gut feeling that we're going to actually see legit released footage of an alien.
Or live, right?
Or live.
Yeah.
I'm talking science shit. You know, when they're like, when they're like, this
they
is
walk by the camera.
the walk by the camera kind of thing.
There is a
Ooh,
was it Scary Movie 4 where they actually had where they made fun of it where the dogs are humping and they had the alien walk in the background. Do you remember that?
Yeah. So that's 2.
Okay. Do you have a third thing? What?
I think that some kind of big catastrophic space event is going to happen.
Man, you just want the world to end, don't you? That's your prediction on your bingo card.
It's going to have to do with the eclipse.
Oh, there is an eclipse in
April.
I forgot about the eclipse in April. We're going to be going to that. It's just a half hour south of us.
This event is going to cause and kind of like an EMP.
Oh, that's what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we're going to have some type of chaotic power outage, satellite outage, kind of like the movie we just watched. But I don't think it's going to be for very long. I think it's going to be almost like a test to see what's going to happen.
Yeah.
This is conspiracy stuff, but
yeah, you gotta stop watching these TikToks.
No, I'm telling you. I gotta stop watching What the Fuck Files.
Yeah. The Y Files. Shameless plug on them. That's a very interesting YouTube channel.
But I'm saying I think that we're going to. I think that there's something that's gonna happen with the eclipse, and it's gonna have to do something around that time, and we're gonna have some kind of power outage, some solar flare shit, something's gonna knock something out.
That's sad to think about.
Sorry, I'm looking at all the bad stuff, but
okay, here's mine.
Hey, aliens aren't bad. Maybe they could be
well, okay.
Maybe they could be can you teach us
you
how to make giant corn?
That's gonna end a lot of religions.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, you never
I
know.
never I said an alien, meaning
we don't know what that
means. What
means.
if it's Jesus?
We don't know. We don't even. Wow, that's just you're digging into whole other things there. Okay, my prediction. It's on my bingo card. There's going to be a Nintendo Switch successor date and price for this year. Now there is already an article out that Nintendo is leaking already some of their patents, and I get it that means that there's going to be an announcement this year. But I'm just going to go along with it, and I'm going to keep that high spirit up. Now, as far as another prediction, Lions lose in the Super Bowl to the Browns. And the Browns win their first ever Super Bowl.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Now, this one is even more lighthearted, and this makes me feel really good that I even typed this out. Call of Duty goes back to its roots with Black Ops 5, with a good campaign, amazing multiplayer maps and remasters. Zombies return to its roots, and Warzone gets a 90s overhaul. I know I said 5 because Cold War is technically 5, but it wasn't numbered.
Okay. I like your predictions.
Yep. Now, we do know that it's going to be a Black Ops title, but they have not announced what it's going to be called. I'm saying it's just going to be called Black Ops 5, and they're going to the 90s, and it's going to be all of the maps, of course, from Black Ops 2 and 3, or not 3, 2, 4, 1. 3 had some good ones-ish, but we'll just say that. and they're going to have a full remaster overhaul, and it's going to be amazing.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some social media on this. I got Discord. There's already one response on there, so I appreciate that. Let me get to it. It was from Arrow.
No, Brian.
What's that?
He said, did you just say aliens will make us watch giant porn? I said, no, I said they'll teach us how to make giant corn.
Can you make us watch giant porn?
No. Giant corn. Quit looking at Temu.
We got one from Arrow on Discord. He said, might take a lucky girl to New York. Well, you got to get her phone number first.
Oh, am I going to New York?
Oh, you're a lucky girl. Oh, that's awesome. That's hey, if that's a prediction and you're gonna make it, that might be something to look forward to at that point. We got a couple on Facebook here. One is from Andrew. Hold on, I'm losing my stuff here because I can't see. All right. Wait, what? Oh boy. We're getting into some hard hitters here. Andrew says, cousin Andrew, China invades Taiwan.
Ooh.
Also, Indiana is overdue for a serious earthquake. Wow.
So, okay, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to steal it from him, but as I was going through my stuff and I said something big's going to happen, I wanted to say, because, we started the thing off with earthquake. My gut, I might even add that in. My gut said Indiana's going to have an earthquake.
There's nothing below Indiana for it to shake.
Ask my mom and dad. They had an earthquake here.
But the epicenter wasn't here.
Yeah, but we're going to have an earthquake.
I guarantee it.
Nope, 2024. I agree with you, Andrew. We're going to have an earthquake.
Well, the underneath comment was from your dad, Jeff, who said, I was in an Indiana earthquake back in 86 and 87. The ground actually shook that night for a bit. We had a waitress quit on the spot that night. It was wild. So I'm just saying, I don't know about whether or not.
I think there's going to be a devastating earthquake in California.
Okay,
unfortunately,
let's look at the tectonic plates. Am I even spelling that right? All right, tectonic plates. Yeah, we don't have one around us, Alex. It's so centered. We are so centered.
We're gonna get an earthquake.
I know it doesn't require tectonic plates.
We're going to get an earthquake.
And tectonic plates themselves, I think, aren't entirely proven. Like, it's not 100%. Like, we don't know our Earth crust. Like, we don't know it very well.
There's a thing called seismology.
There is scientific theory. It says it right there. It's a theory. So we might have one under us that we just don't know about. That never moved.
I mean, the Earth is huge, so I don't doubt it.
So it is a theory.
We're having a fucking earthquake! 2024, Indy's having an earthquake. I get to feel the ground shake. Hopefully nothing in here breaks.
Oh, geez. We got a lot of breakables in this room. You think we're going to have anything?
We're having an earthquake. Next.
All right. That's all I had for Facebook.
Okay.
You go ahead and Instagram. Next.
Jersey Comic Crew Podcast.
Shout out to them.
They said, oh boy, LOL 2024 has a lot of big ramifications. I would say more climate issues for sure, especially around the globe.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing that
I'll
I'm worried
agree
about
with
too,
that.
is climate. That's another one for me too.
Okay, Brian's got quite a bit. Terrible Terror Podcast.
All right. Shout out to Terrible Terrorists. Follow them on Twitch.
I got waves of idiots during the election cycle.
Oh yeah.
Taylor Swift breakup news take over the airwaves.
Oh boy.
Nintendo Switch 2.
Okay.
Price of gaming going up. Aaron Rodgers released from New York Jets.
Yeah. Okay, that might happen.
MLB takes its deepest ratings plunge. People mad because Barbie doesn't win any awards.
Okay.
Jack Black makes his own Bowser musical short.
Oh.
And also for Arrow, you can throw in the Cowboys lose during the second round of the playoffs to a team they should beat.
Oh boy. Now here's
you
the
guys
thing.
are being so mean to him.
The Cowboys are hit and miss. They've been hit and miss for the past few years. I'm not saying my team has been any better, so I can still say that everybody's team has any given Sunday, so you can't be guaranteed a win. Not everyone's going to be guaranteed to win. The Ravens, I mean, they're another story. They're pretty crazy this year, and I mean the Niners are pretty good too. I'm not going to lie, but Cowboys are inconsistent. Appreciate the comments. Do we have any others?
No, I don't think
Okay,
so.
that's great. We had a lot to talk about anyway and get to. We still have to get to a little bit of the nerd news, and I do have our topic to get to. Call of Duty guns.
Don't blame
or
me,
sex
Brian.
Move. What?
I said, don't blame me, Brian.
What are you
Brian
being
said,
blamed for?
well, because I also said I think that California's going to have a devastating earthquake.
Well, that's on. Whoa.
Like, I mean, I know that they usually have earthquakes. Like, I'm talking like they're going to have a big. Like, there's going to be a big-ass crack in the ground kind of thing. Like, you know how people are
Jeez.
thinking that,
Why?
like, California's going to break off and fall into the ocean? Like,
Oh.
I'm talking, like, we're going to see a split.
Don't say
We're going to see a big split. And, Brian, for your sake, it's going to be towards L.A. It's not actually going to be, like,
Yeah.
it's not going to be, it's going to be, like, L.A., San Diego, that, like, bottom half. It's not going to be San Francisco.
Dang.
There you go.
Alex.
So, you'll be safe. You'll just feel it.
You'll just feel it. Okay, so a couple of things we want to touch on before we get to our NSFW topic. Disney loses their 95-year Mickey copyright, aka Steamboat Willie. And there is already, I think, there's a movie, there's a game. I don't know if there's.
It's all
I think
bullshit.
there's 2 movies.
It looks horrible. I could have done better.
Mickey Mouse is set to become public domain in 2024, but it's a bit complicated because, I mean, in addition to Mickey, just the Steamboat Willie version of him, he's already going to be in a horror movie. In addition to that, guess who's also, we know Winnie the Pooh is already set to public domain. Guess who's next, or along with this year? And they're going to be in a sequel. Tigger. Tigger is going to be in the Winnie the Pooh sequel, the killer one, the one that we're not going to watch because it's...
T.I. double good.
Oh my God, you just gave them the line. You gave them the line.
$1 million
Did you see
over
the
here.
trailer to it? Is there a trailer out? Did you?
Yeah.
Are you writing the script?
I'm writing the script.
Oh my God.
I wrote the script.
So yeah, it's gonna be Tigger will appear in the horror film Winnie the Pooh: Blood and Honey 2, set to release in February.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a Steamboat Willie game and movie. So we saw
Movie
the trailer
looks
to the movie.
ridiculously
it's really bad.
stupid.
And I think the
Like,
game
horribly
the
bad.
game is still pretty bad too. The game is kind of meh.
Yeah, looks kind of meh.
It looks okay, but
It looks
meh.
like a mix of Lethal Company and it looks like a ripoff of Lethal Company
I agree.
and I don't know.
Five Nights.
Yeah, like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a FNAF.
Yeah. Another interest. Oh, geez, you had to get that in there.
It looks like a mix of Lethal Company,
And FNAF.
LC, and FNAF.
Yep. Yes, I know what you're doing. All right, so NES Tetris, a 34-year-old game beaten for the first time on record by a 13-year-old streamer. They got to level. I gotta bring up the image on my
200?
phone here. Level 157. This is a screenshot of them beating it, where they got to a kill screen where you can see the part of it didn't go down and it's done. He beat it.
That's ridiculous. Good on you, bro.
Yep. So, first time in 34. It's a 34-year-old game. Jeez.
I ain't gonna beat it. That's for sure.
Yeah. I mean,
My dad and I aren't gonna beat it either.
Tetris. You guys play a little bit of Tetris Effect. That was pretty funny on stream.
How can you beat that level? It's just dum, 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 dum. You can't.
All right, so the Golden Globes was last night. Got a few winners to announce. Oppenheimer won a lot of things. Of course, we were expecting that. Best performance male actor in a motion picture. Cillian Murphy walked away with that one. We expected that. We saw Oppenheimer. It was a great
very
film.
Good.
So if you guys ever have the opportunity to go see it, I guarantee you will enjoy it as long as you can follow along.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to the comedy one. Who won that? Like we best director motion picture, Christopher Nolan won that. Robert Downey Jr. won best performance in supporting role for Oppenheimer. Best screenplay was Anatomy of a Fall. Interesting. I don't know if I'm going to check that out or not. Where's the comedy one? Oh, there it is. Best television series, musical or comedy. The Bear one? Oh,
No idea.
I don't know what that is. I want to get down to the bottom of the list here because I think that's there it is. Actually, no, stand-up comedy. Best performance in stand-up comedy on television. Ricky Gervais won, but Chris Rock had a stand-up. Sarah Silverman had one on there that was nominated. So now you can have Golden Globe nominated comedy.
Huh.
Interesting. I just want to see who won that one because I didn't see who won that. So Ricky Gervais, I mean that's expected. Okay. He's a very talented stand-up comedian. All right, so
hey babe.
Yeah.
You and I need to see the light of day.
What are you talking about?
Look at how pale we are.
Oh, I mean it's January.
You and I, you can see through our legs.
I think we should go.
We need to go get a tan.
We should just go on a vacation down south.
Oh, you want to go get? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go on vacation.
You want to go?
Be in the sun. Be nice.
You want to go?
You want to go?
No. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna get into a not safe for work conversation here about a list that I came up with. I was like, I want to do a podcast game, and this one is Call of Duty Guns or Sex Move. Now, starting off, I'm gonna make sure that you guys know. I don't know if you want me to get into description. But I can, on our end, I can bring up the actual position because they have drawn hand.
Are we allowed to put that?
We're not going to put it up on that. We can have it up.
Oh, we can have it up. I'm like, are we?
Just to make sure.
Oh, just make sure. Don't put it on the middle screen. Just to make sure. Don't put that drawing up there.
Oh, but you're going to see the answers if you look. Okay.
I ain't going to look.
All right. So starting off. Call of Duty gun or sex move? Man o' war.
Gun?
It's a gun, yes.
Yeah.
It is from Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2. Maverick.
One. Gun. One.
It is from Call of Duty Ghosts. Yes. Is it the Maverick.
Yep.
All right. Next one. Wolf bag.
Sounds like a gun.
This is a sex position.
Oh.
Now, I'm going to describe this one.
Oh, God.
This one gets kind of dirty.
Oh, God.
Person eats a raw piece of bacon attached to a string. That same person receives penetration. Then the giver pulls the string, causing regurgitation. That was as professionally descriptive as I could get. The way it was written out was even worse.
Is there a?
I'm not. No, there was no image.
There's
of
no
that
drawing.
One. That one was actually on Urban Dictionary. Some of these other ones are more professional sex positions.
A what?
Urban Dictionary.
No.
Wolf bag.
Wolf. Okay.
I don't know why it's called that.
That's disgusting, but all right.
All right. Next one. Honey badger.
I want to say that's a gun.
Yes, from Call of Duty Ghosts.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was like, I think I remember that one.
Okay. Next one. Apex.
Sex.
You are good. Yes, that's sex. All right. This one I can actually pull the image up. For us.
For us. Let me pull this image up for us.
There is a website you can go to.
Later.
There is a website you can go to called sexpositions.club. And this, you don't need to have an actual membership to see it. That is Apex.
That's the Apex?
Yep. Doggy with partner's hands on stool, where the legs are being held up behind.
That's gonna take a lot of core.
That's a little bit of core for both.
That's core and thighs.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Next question. Houdini.
It's got to be a sex position.
It is a sex position. Let me pull up the image of this one.
I don't know if
This
I
one.
I don't know if I
Okay,
want to know
this
what
one's
this
not
one
bad.
is.
This one
It's
does
not
have
bad?
this one has two meanings.
Does
but
it have a picture?
I went with the cleaner meaning.
Okay. What the hell?
All right.
Okay.
The Houdini is doggy with the partner hanging off the bed with one hand on the floor, and the same partner that has the hand on the floor, she or he. I don't want to. They have their leg behind them.
Okay.
It's really odd, but yes, that is a
These
sex
pictures
position.
are ridiculous.
Next one, the Shiva.
That is a gun.
That is a gun from Call of Duty Black Ops 3.
I used that gun.
All right, next one, the guillotine.
That's a sex position.
That is a fellatio sex position where the partner has their legs in the air while the other straddles their chest.
Is there a picture?
There is a picture.
Oh no. I feel like we should be like showing these, but we can't.
I gotta make sure I'm going to the right one here. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it.
If you want to follow along.
I am not going to put these in a link dump.
What the hell? What? How do you even like?
It's a fellatio sex
I
position.
get it.
All right. She's getting up to look. She's really trying to understand how this is done. It's a very descript one.
All right.
For those following along on sexpositions.club, this is position number 347.
I get why it's called the guillotine.
All right, next one.
Mm.
The next position or Call of Duty gun, the Shiva.
You already said Shiva.
I did say Shiva. I'm sorry. Amazon.
Sex.
Yes. Man, you're all but one. You're winning so far.
I'm winning.
This one is missionary, where the guy has his legs spread and the girl is on top.
Okay.
I'll pull that one up.
What's it called again?
I'm gonna have to zoom in on this. Don't look.
Oh, okay. I'm not looking.
Okay, I had to zoom in on the page.
What's it called again?
Amazon.
The Amazon.
Hold on, I'm gonna click on this. I have to zoom in on this page anyway, so because it's like I make my font hard. All right, there you go.
Excuse me?
Excuse me. Hard to read. Hard to read.
What? That is not how I pictured that.
It is a dominant position for the female.
It's like the opposite.
All
How
right.
does that?
It is a missionary where the guy has his legs spread and the girl is on top.
Yeah, but that's not how I pictured what you just said. So if you have
A lot of buttholes are spread on that one.
You better be clean doing this position.
Please be. All right. The next Call of Duty gun or sex position. G-Rail.
Sex.
This is a gun from
Oh.
Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Oh, okay.
All right. Next, Call of Duty gun or sex position. Double Cross.
Sex.
This is a gun
Oh, that's
from Call of Duty Black Ops 4.
Okay.
All right. Next, Call of Duty gun or sex position. Equilibrium.
Gun.
This is a sex position.
Ah, you're throwing me off.
I am. This is a good one. Okay, this is a sex position where the legs go over the shoulders using an exercise ball as a seat. Let me. I'll just have to.
An exercise ball.
Don't look.
I'm not looking.
Thank you for not looking. When I go back to the other one, yeah. All right. There you go.
Okay, that's not so bad.
Yeah, you can also use a piece of furniture.
But I get
like
why
a
that's
cushion.
called the equilibrium.
Yeah. All right. Next, Call of Duty gun or sex position.
I like how these are rated.
That's sex position number 416, by the way. The equilibrium.
Okay.
Now, there's different categories on this page and stuff too that I was like, oh, okay.
Save that one for later.
I mean,
You're a little red, by the way.
no, you are.
Whatever. No, I'm not.
All right, next one. The scorpion.
Gun.
This is a sex position.
Damn it.
I have gotten you at the end of this.
Damn, I was doing so well.
Don't look. I'm going to pull up the image of this one. Sorry.
You said the scorpion?
Scorpion. All right, you can look. It's where the partner is prone on the pillow in doggy position. Sex position number 107.
Oh, okay. I mean, sure, I guess I can see why it's called the scorpion.
Yep. All right, next.
It's like you're doing, like, fist push-ups.
Kind of. He's kind of just in... He's planking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The penetrator is planking.
He's doing the proper plank, and she's doing a
prone on dog.
Prone plank.
Yeah. Prone on elbows.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Next, Call of Duty gun or sex position. Ram 7.
Sex.
This is a gun.
Damn it!
From Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019.
Okay.
Man, you really lost
I
it
was
after
doing so good.
after the Shiva.
Shiva threw me off.
Yep. All right. The Gimlet.
It's a sex position.
This is a sex
Oh,
position.
I got it. All right.
You went
I'm
out.
back. I'm back on track here.
This is the last one, by the way.
Oh,
So
okay.
that was the last one. All right. The Gimlet is where the partner lies on the sofa, presses legs to body. Oh, I can just actually pull this up here. You don't have to turn away because this is the last one anyway. So
I don't have to turn away.
nope, you don't.
Okay.
There.
Okay.
The partner lies on the sofa. They press their legs to their body as close as possible and holds them in this position with the arms folded under their knees.
You basically put yourself into a suitcase.
Well, yeah. And the other gets on their knee on the couch and behind their lover.
Okay.
So that is...
It's called the suitcase. It's called packing the suitcase.
That is an AKA, also known as packing the suitcase.
It's called packing the suitcase.
Yes.
Cute kitty sex position of the day.
All right.
Packing the suitcase.
That was Call of Duty guns or sex move. I don't know if this can be done again because a lot of Call of Duty guns sound like guns. So I tried to really find some guns that did not sound like guns, like the double
Well, we
cross.
found out what the podcast name of the show.
The Ram 7, the guillotine was a sex position. I mean, a lot of them were like they were difficult ones, but yeah. I think that's all we really had to touch on as far as the episode goes because I wanted to end that one off on a high note. So I appreciate you guys. If you guys ever want to get into trivia, there's.
Do you know what you're saying?
There's.
You're over your watch looking.
I wanted to close it. I saw the position again. It was weird. I mean, it's not an impossible move, but my gosh. Appreciate those who stuck it out with us in the episode.
Stuck it out with
God dang it. The euphemisms are just there. We got to get to our plugs.
I'm all sweaty right now.
All right, Alex, go ahead and plug your Twitch.
I'll plug it.
Yeah, plug it in.
It's twitch.tv/cute_kitty, KUTE_KITTI. I stream on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday evenings. You'll probably find me playing Fortnite mostly right now. I would love to go back into Lethal Company because it just sounds...
It's not like I don't like
fun.
playing it, but I mean, after a few hours, it does get tedious. But what I'm going to be playing here on the screen is our win last night.
Our win that...
That's very like, how did we do this? We were ready to fight. Like we were ready to do this.
Yeah.
What it is everyone was in zone all up the hill. As you can see, if you're watching on youtube.com/PTOUnlimited podcast, subscribe. There is a ring that we're trying to get to up this hill because we had the ring and we won because they died to zone. So they fought each other and we were waiting to fight. So we're just like, okay. So
I had this whole plan.
we had the whole
I
thing
had this whole
planned.
plan. You were gonna go to the right. I was gonna go to the left. I was gonna go
We were
up
gonna
and flank.
wrap the
Like
team.
you were gonna like distract him up here, and I was gonna go. But no,
It was a good. It
Nope.
was a. It was
a
good
win is a
plan.
win.
A win's a win. You know, it is what it is. So, yeah, you'll be streaming Fortnite and Lethal Company probably this weekend.
I mean, Fortnite for sure. Yeah.
We can do Lethal Company. It's fine.
Yeah.
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 All right. For my stream, twitch.tv/Mr. L. That's MISTERL. You can find me there on Tuesday and Thursday evening and Saturday morning, as long as I'm not traveling to work. I don't have a schedule yet this month yet as far as when I'm going in, so I will be giving those details on the show when possible. But I'll be streaming Fortnite, and I don't know. We'll see what else I can get into here. I do miss playing some Nintendo games, but I don't know if I'll be doing that anytime soon. I'm enjoying Fortnite. I like playing the new gun system and everything. Like, if we can eventually get to a weapons upgrade bench, I'd love doing that. But I'm having fun playing Fortnite. I enjoy it. So follow me there. I appreciate those who have joined me on stream. And for the rest of our episode, we'd like it if you guys hit the like button on this video. If you have not hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, and hit the bell to be notified for when we're live, which will be going live every other Monday for the remainder of this year,
Unless we change it again.
until we have another change again. But I hope to stay on Mondays at this time. As far as our social media goes, please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. PTO Unlimited is what you'll search. PTO Unlimited _podcast. Sorry, X, not Twitter, but I'm going to keep the icon there anyway. I apologize, but not really. We also have merch that we appreciate those who have purchased. We have. Did your phone die?
No, I just accidentally hit the wrong button.
Oh. We have merch. Make sure you guys are checking out our merch store. We're going to be having more added. Alex hasn't gotten to me about that yet, but we will be doing more. So keep an eye out. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it is @_Mr. L. If you want to follow Brett, he is Brett_Wings.
Cute_kitty.
The final note. Do you have one?
Yes.
Okay. What is it?
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Are in order.
To a lot of the engaged, but
To a lot of the engaged, but
especially shout out
to Brett and Ashley.
Congratulations, Brett.
So
and
Brett
Ashley.
and Ashley. So Brett, our co-host.
Let's see if I can find the image of that.
It would be up on our Facebook.
Yes.
Like the PTOUnlimited.
PTOUnlimited.
Yes, Brett popped the question.
Finally. We appreciate that he finally did, because
Yes.
he and Ashley were. I mean, it's of course they're going to get engaged. They've been like they go together.
They
so
go
well.
together like peanut butter and jelly.
They do. That's a great combination. But yes, here's the image up on our web screen. If you're not following us on social media, how dare you? But yeah, there it is, their engagement image, and their dog Belle. Well, her dog Belle, which
Their dog Belle.
it will be their dog. I mean, he will eventually be like, yeah, it's his dog too, but it's mostly, of course, Ashley's.
Yes.
But yes, they are celebrating their engagement, and they will be announcing their wedding. We have the information, but we're not going to tell. So
Yes.
that's not for us to announce. That's for them.
The announcement is they're engaged.
Yes.
Aladdin and Jasmine are finally getting married.
And they will be getting married.
Yes.
They're finally getting married. All right. So we're going to get out of here, guys. We'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. We appreciate you joining. Make sure you guys are stick to your resolutions if you have them. And if you're dealing with any bad weather, I mean, that's a thing too. We'll be dealing
Careful
with
that white stuff.
Yeah, careful with that white stuff. All right. We'll see you guys. Bye.